This wackadoodle charlatan has peeved me for the last time. This guy, Allan Lichtman, who has made his entire clout and career based off of the 13 keys to the White House, is going to tell you why Joe Biden is going to win in 2024. Now, you might ask yourself, what sort of crack is he on and where can you get some? Personally, I don't know what underpass he's sourcing his stuff from, but I got to tell you folks that it's unsavory to say the least, okay? We have somebody like Allan Lichtman, who, by the way, is 76 years old, is a proud Democrat, by the way. Oh, Joe Biden's going to win. Okay, yeah, great, bro. Okay, so this guy is going to make a career from being a Democrat who predicts the president. Oh my God, you're so good. Okay, so he's predicted every president for the past several decades, obviously. He's wrote a 224-page book on this exact theory of the 13 keys. And I'm going to tell you exactly why it's completely off. It's completely fake, and everybody needs to know why. Now, to get started, all right, so keep in mind that this American University College of Arts and Sciences article about the 13 keys is going to be very congratulatory to the guy they're writing about. So it's already slanted like a Korean's eyes. If you look here right off the bat, you'll really know. I mean, you're going to notice this book was made decades ago and that it's still held true to be completely accurate. Now, let's see how true that is. Let's get this right here. So the criterion is supposed to be simple to use. All right, well, if 8 or more of the 13 keys are true for the incumbent party, the candidate will win re-election. If fewer than 8 are, the challenger will win. Okay, fine. Anyway, 13 keys. First one we're going to be reading today. Party mandate. After the midterm elections, the incumbent party holds more seats in the U.S. House of Representatives than after the previous midterm elections. Now, is that true? When we're looking at the midterms, the Democrats lost seats, so that's automatically one away. Okay, contest. There's no serious contest for the incumbent party nomination. We'll let that one slide, even though this is a very tepid slide in disqualification. We have Ryan Binkley or whoever it is that's running against Joe Biden. I don't know, so that's why I'm giving him a pass. But RFK might be a technicality there, and even beyond that, there's always rumors that Kamala is going to step in the 11th hour, or is somebody else like Gavin Newsom or Michelle Obama. I don't think it'll happen. But the point being, clearly, folks, is that at least with Trump, that didn't happen, or Obama 2012, that wasn't a suggestion made by a single soul. So keep that in mind. Incumbency, okay? The incumbent party candidate is the sitting president. Okay, we'll give him that one. So he has 1, 2, and then he's losing 1. Third party, there's no significant third party or independent campaign. Well, if you look at the RCP, Real Clear Politics polling average, which is the golden standard for like what you look up on the internet, you'll see that RFK is at 16% of the popular vote. Now, is that going to actually turn out to be true? No, not even close. Why? Because of how ballot signature, basically to apply to the state to be on the ballot, you have to do certain tricks and whatever. So that's not going to work out the same way. But the point being is that still, I think he's a notable third-party candidate, and so I wouldn't give him that key for starters. Short-term economy. The economy is not in recession during the election campaign. The economy sucks. Now, you could say, well, it's not actively going down, but it really is, okay? How come only 40% of Democrats are pro-Biden economy? Think about that. The people that are already biased to be pro-Biden are saying, the majority are saying that the economy sucks. So that is the spirit of the rule. You might say, well, technically, I'm not balding right now, but if you were balding recently, then you're still down bad, aren't you? You're not going to be satisfied with the comb over, which is what the economy is now. So, I mean, just that being considered, I think it's a complete misinterpretation of the rules for anybody. And, more importantly, Allan Lichtman himself to say, oh, the short-term economy key is pro-Biden. That is not true at all. Now, long-term economy. Okay, so real per capita growth during the term equals or exceeds mean growth during the previous 2 terms. Well, obviously that isn't true. There might be some COVID numbers that might manipulate stuff realistically, but anybody with the brain understands that the first term of Trump up until 2020 and even the last term of Obama, to give him credit, was way better economically than is Joe Biden right now or the recent past. That's just a no-brainer. So those economy keys are both going for Trump. Policy change. The incumbent administration affects major changes in national policy. Not really. No. Like if you were to ask some normal, like literally go to Circle K, go to Barnes and Nobles, ask somebody what Joe Biden has done, and it'll be what? Like he got rid of Trump or something? Not really. Okay, well, he fixed the border. No, he didn't. He fixed the economy. No, he didn't. Did he reform healthcare? No. Well, he might have did an infrastructure bill that won't even see fruition for another 10 years. Okay, I mean, unless you're Destiny or somebody who's really autistic, you're not going to care. So, policy change, I'm not going to give him that one. Now, again, bias is everything here. But Allan Lichtman, who is going to give him the key, if you pay attention, is a Democrat, by the way, from New York. Now, social unrest. There's no sustained social unrest during the term. We'll give him a pass too, obviously, because, there's no crazy riots. There was no Jan 6 or anything under this administration. So, okay, fine. Now, scandal. The incumbent administration is untainted by a major scandal. They are super tainted. What are you talking about? When it comes to Hunter Biden, that makes Joe look horrible. Not only because if your offspring is such trash, and mind you, it's not like a bastard son. Like he raised Hunter Biden legitimately for decades, and then he turns out to be a crack addict and all these perverted things. Well, guess what? Joe Biden is implicated as a bad father, but even better than that. We on the channel a couple years ago covered the leaked Ashley Biden, who's the youngest daughter of the Biden family. She said that she took showers with Joe way past the normal age. She didn't specify what age, but I mean, just knowing that, I mean, some people know about that, most people don't. But just that's an aside. That's some inside game for y'all. But when it comes to this particular point, scandal, Hunter Biden does impact the Joe Biden perception, obviously. Now, most people that are pro Biden, that's not a deal breaker, but it's definitely something that you will put into. I mean, this is just something that you need to consider, obviously. I mean, it's like having a broken finger. Are you going to immediately notice it? No, but I mean, as soon as you do anything, if you look into Joe Biden even a little bit, Hunter's right there. Anyway, and also keep in mind, scandal. Well, scandal means like lack of trust, high scrutiny. Well, what is Joe Biden but a gaffe machine? Look what he did this week. Garbage heaps of just production. He sucks. Okay. Foreign/military failure. The incumbent administration suffers no major failure in foreign or military affairs. Right off the jump, this is cap. Okay. First of all, Joe Biden literally fumbled Afghanistan harder than anybody could have even imagined. It's like if you said, okay, I'm dumping you, but I love you. I want to come back, but I'm not. And that's like the worst thing you can do. Like either you just stay or you just leave. And so Joe Biden wanted to leave Afghanistan, but did it in a messy way. And so he did the worst of both worlds. Had he stayed in Afghanistan, that politically wouldn't have been as bad as him pulling out. So that was a huge scandal. In fact, that was basically what precipitated the fall in popularity for Joe Biden. Whereas, ironically enough, 10 years before that, it was Obama in 2011 or 12 when he killed Osama that turned the tide in the 2012 election. So very ironic to see that play out in real life. Now, when it comes to, so again, not giving him that, foreign/military success, the incumbent administration achieves a major success in foreign or military affairs. Obviously not. What has he done? Under his tenure, the Ukraine invasion. Huge L for Joe Biden. At best, he let Russia invade Ukraine and has kept them aboated and kind of like stop the bleeding of the Ukrainian front. That's at best what you could say as a Democrat. It's not like he, defended Ukraine, beat the Russians and whatever. And then when it comes to Israel-Palestine, whatever you may think about it, the end of, the results are themselves very evident. When it comes to brown people in Michigan that are Arab, these Palestinian descended people are not going to vote in droves for the Democrats, knowing that Joe Biden is like this wishy-washy, pro-Zionist, obviously, sort of person with a party with Palestinian sympathies. It's a difficult thing to walk this line. But anyway, the point being is that when it comes to foreign successes, there's really nothing there. And obviously, when it comes to failures, there's the Ukraine debacle, which, like it or not, that's his fault because under Trump, it didn't happen. So, I mean, that's just the way normal people will view that situation. And again, Israel, Palestine, it's a mess either way you slice it. So no matter what side you're on in that debate, you're still upset. So that's not good for Joe Biden. When it comes to this other thing, incumbent charisma, the incumbent party candidate is a charismatic or a national hero. That is the dead opposite, okay? Joe Biden, Freudian slip. Joe Biden has no charisma. And you could have said 10 years ago when he mollywhooped Paul Ryan, when he still had his mental faculties in 2012 in the vice presidential debate, you could say, okay, this guy was alive and he was with it. Not anymore, folks. When we're talking about, in particular, this candidate, Joe Biden, the incumbent president, as it is, he is completely just multifaceted in the way that he fucks everything up. And it's actually a national treasure to watch this guy just like as if he were a surgeon, just cutting and slicing up his own reputation when he talks. It's really appalling to watch. And what's more, of course, folks, is that he goes and he calls the president or the dictator, whatever Prime Minister Al Sisi of Egypt, he calls them the president of Mexico. I mean, this is just again gaff after gaff. There's no charisma, there's no Riz, bro. When we're talking about Riz, I mean, he's sniffing girls. It really isn't a good look. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the last key. Here it is. Challenger charisma. The challenging party candidate is not a charismatic or a national hero. This is 50-50. Okay, 50-50. Why is it 50-50? Because obviously, you would say that Donald Trump is charismatic, but to only half the country, so to speak. So that's a wash. So I'll give that to Biden as well. So let's see this. All right, folks. So I literally did the math and I misclicked. I did the math and I corresponded and filled this all out judiciously. They call me Mr. Judge. Okay. Now, if you look at this, according to the standards that I was just given right here, Joe Biden only has 4 keys out of 13. Okay. Not the 8 prerequisite to win, by the way. So he's short 4. And even if you give him, let's say, let's be nice and we'll give him one of the economy ones and we give him the RFK one third party thing. Okay. He's at 6 out of 8. Okay. He's not going to make it, folks. Okay. Joe Biden's going to lose. And you know what? This video was inspired by the fact that Allan Lichtman himself said that Joe Biden is going to win 2024. Okay. So, I mean, this is just appalling. This guy ought to be fired. If and when Trump does win the election, folks, it's going to feel so good to see this guy get wheeled into the retirement home with no reputation. And maybe I'm evil. It is what it is, folks. See y'all in the next video. Adios.